All right, hit it, Paul.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Anything Better. This is episode 4. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm having a bad week, all right? I'm having a bad fucking week. Okay. Here's the thing. First of all, before anything, I have to shout out my friend Bill Burr, okay? This guy is flying on all cylinders right now.
No. You got to tell people why you just took that big exhale and put that stupid smile on your face. You were just trying to sign on for the last 20 minutes of this podcast. Like, we literally became inverted, everybody. I was Paul and he was me. He was losing his shit and I was sitting here singing Smokey Robinson, it's usually the opposite. I'm usually the hothead. But we figured it out, Paul.
I literally just said to our great producer, Andrew Themeles, Andrew, if we don't figure this out soon, I'm going to take my phone and throw it through a fucking window.
I'm going to take this fucking phone and throw it through a fucking window. I loved it, Paul.
And Bill is over there singing the fucking Motown hit.
Take a good look at my face.
What was that song that we used to always sing that the Four Tops had? What was the one we always used to sing?
No, I remember one time we were on the road and we were talking about arguing with our wives. And when you bring up a point and they argue you back, we're going to break into that song. Just once. Can you try to hear what I'm saying to you?
One more time.
Maybe every once in a while, you could take a look at yourself and realize you're not perfect.
Dude, I got to tell you something. Motown is one of the most underrated. I could go Motown for life, dude. Those guys figured it out.
Oh. Even the sad songs make you feel good. Tears of a Clown.
Tears of a Clown, dude. How about
that? Was when I was singing, yeah. I don't know why. I saw a commercial or something, and they were playing a Smokey Robinson song, and I was like, I got to download some of this guy's shit. And then I downloaded it, and it's like every song is just, it's better than, a lot of stuff that I hear today. But Paul, dude, we got to talk Super Bowl, okay?
I just got to tell
our fans want to hear what happened. We both talked a bunch of shit. We both made a lot of bets, Paul. A lot of lettuce was flying around, as you say.
Bill, can you turn your mic down a little bit? It's just starting to blow out a little bit. It's a little odd.
Oh, Andy,
when you lean forward.
See what you did? You had me adjust the thing. You got it stuck in front of my face. Now I look like a jackass. Me and Paul last week, we bet a lot of money on the Super Bowl.
Well, listen, I got to give credit where credit's due. You, not only did you hit the game, not only did you hit the coin toss. You know what's funny? Right when the game started, I leaned in. I go, guys, everybody be quiet. I got 50 on tails. And they go, it's heads. And I go, all right, I'm down right now.
Dude, I hit everything from the coin toss to the color of the Gatorade. Who bets blue when two teams have red?
You hit
my blue shirt for the Gatorade.
You hit the blue Gatorade. You hit everything. But guess what? Your buddy Paulie was smart. You know what I did? Even though I took L's and I take the loss and I'm humble in defeat, you know what I did?
You're blowing through your defeat.
No.
You're not even going to talk about how I called that game, double Tyreek Hill, betting on Leonard, Fournette to score first. He didn't, but I just knew that's what they were going to do. And I've been telling people since November, that's how you beat that team, because I've seen a team like that.
Yeah.
For 40 years, Paul. All the way back to fucking Dan Fouts and Air Coryell.
Bill, what can I say?
Paul, stop talking and let me gloat.
I mean, you deserve
I predict what happened every single year. I always take the underdog and I say the exact same thing. So, every once in a while I'm going to be right.
You have been more than right. And you hit everything.
I thought when that Edwards-Hilaire guy was playing, I went, oh, shit. Well, there goes my whole time of possession thing because he's going to chew up the clock. So,
when I knew the ship was sinking for the Chiefs and all those things were happening, I was just going, man, Bill is on fire right now.
Every once in a while. Last one I really got right was Ravens 49ers. And I got the tweet to prove it. Somebody can scroll back there past all my misogynistic shit, which is why I'll never host Good Morning America. But if you go past all of that shit, I got one. I said, put all your money on the Ravens today. Remember that?
Yep. No, dude, listen, what can I say?
Once every 8 years, Paul.
You are a really good call it. Listen, what do you want me to tell you?
I will hit a flare out to right field.
But you know what I did, Bill? Do you know what I did?
I know what you did, because the next morning you go, congratulations. But just to let you know, I hit both the under yardage on, but it actually upset me. I was like, I hit everything from the coin toss to the Gatorade. And all he's going to say is congratulations. I was expecting some Notre Dame shit. All I get is congratulations. And you talking about your 2 bets that you won. You hurt me, Paul. You hurt me as a friend. I'm in therapy and I'm learning to confront people so I have boundaries. I didn't appreciate that text.
I think, well, I'm sorry. It just hurts to be wrong. No, oh, dude, I wish you would have spit that out. Listen, here's the thing. You're flying on all cylinders and you beat me 2 weeks in a row. So the only thing I could hang my hat on was the bets that actually made me break even. And I had to say that because you were winning. But you know what? You're right. I should have just taken the L humbly. And I should have said, you beat me. And that's it. We went on a podcast.
You got too much Richard Sherman in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have taken a page from his book after talking all kinds of shit, act like you weren't, and then come up with, look, congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. Coin toss, Gatorade. I mean, I just, every once in a while you have a game like this and then you actually think you're good at gambling. And then next thing you know, your kids don't have any college tuition. That's what really happened. So there you go, people. I'm like Haley's Comet with the suit. What's a Haley's Comet? Once every what? Well, that's 100 years. What comet comes by every 8 years?
No, dude, you're better than that, man. You hit them. You actually say things that make sense about the game, and I go with feeling, and that's why you won the turtle bet at the Masters, because you were looking at it from a logical, dry shell standpoint, and I'm looking at it from now the turtle behind him's got more heart.
All right, so for people who haven't watched, me and Virzi went to the Masters in 2010. We were on 15, I think. There's a water hazard right in front of the bleachers, and you're just sitting there. We were there on Sunday when Mickelson won, right? So you have to wait forever for people to get to 15. You're waiting for them to play 14 holes. And even as pro golfers, it takes forever for them to get there. So, you know, me and Paul, we had a couple of adult beverages. We're bored shitless, and they had this little turtle pond there. So we just started betting which turtles were going to go in first. And I figured out that the ones with the dry shell were probably the favorite. I don't know what you were going by.
I was just going like, oh, this one may pull it off. Like it was like a horse race. It was so dumb. I was like, this one's gonna like this one's gonna go around and take the outside. And,
it was easy money, Paul. It was
one of my favorite Bill Burr memories ever was the Masters. So when you go to the Masters, the beers are like $1.75, and a pulled pork sandwich was like $2. You can just, I mean, they were little cups, but you go in there with like $10 and you come out like a god, right? And I'm sitting in the thing, and Bill goes, "Oh, it's my turn. It's my turn to get drinks." Dude. And this is when we were going heavy those days.
Oh, yeah.
Bill comes out. I don't even know how it was physically possible. He came out with as many beers as one could possibly hold in one hand. And the other hand had the food. And I just looked at him, and it was like being deserted on an island when you finally see the plane come. It was one of the greatest feelings I ever had.
I think I got the first round. That's what it was. And you were sitting there, and we were like going, oh my God, are we going to be sitting here? There was a little bit of shade, but we were like, are we going to be fucking sitting here for like 3 hours waiting for these guys to come through? And then I showed up with the beers, and you did the classic Virzi. You were like,
oh yeah. I got
yeah.
I got really happy, dude. I don't know if you remember, we took the sheet, and we picked a guy that was coming down in a pair. And you go, you take one guy, I take another guy.
Yeah.
And since 16 was to the left of us, which was a quick 140-something yard par 3, we go, all right, dude, if your guy gets a hole in one, it's $100. If your guy gets a hole in one, $100. If they make a birdie, it's $10. If they get a par, it's $5, right? And I go up $100 early. And I'm going, oh, dude, I'm going to take Billy's money today. It is. I mean,
took my turtle money back is what you did.
So I hit the $100, and then I think I might have hit like one putt. I think I was up 105. I go to get the drinks on my end. I hear a roar of the crowd, and next thing you know, you were up 127, and you fucking pulled that off. It's getting annoying. I'm not gonna lie. You're beating me, and sports betting is getting annoying. And if you don't think I'm turning this ship around, I'm telling you, you're sadly mistaken. I'm coming. Paulie's coming back in the second half.
All right, what are we betting on? I've been watching some NBA hoop. Have you been watching any hockey? No.
I watched a little bit of the Penguins Rangers.
Nice. The Penguins are playing the Rangers tonight.
I watched a little bit of the Penguin Rangers, and I was trying to get into it. I saw that guy Zucker hit a nice one-timer. How about that? How about me using a one-timer on a fucking podcast?
I don't know about hit a one-timer, but we'll go with one-timer.
He hit a one-timer, and he got the second. I don't know.
You just said that. I forget how to say it now. It's usually with the one-timer.
But if the guy, what is it? What is it? If a guy hits a one-timer, what is it? Slaps a one-timer?
With the one-timer. And Sidney Crosby came down with the one-timer. Fucking goes top shelf. There goes the under.
Dude, I'm having a week, man. This is how you know I'm having a week. Bill called me this week, and Bill goes, yeah, Paul, another one of my buddies stopping smoking cigars. And I go, of course he is. Of course he is. And I go, you know what? How about we start taking their hobbies away? And Bill just goes, no, dude, he's doing it on his own. He's like, why did you go there? I just wish.
No, he stopped because he got cancer.
Oh, geez. Well, I didn't want to.
I was sitting there going, yeah, I lost another cigar, buddy. And yeah, I go, he can't smoke cigars anymore. And you just, yeah, of course he can't. Of course he can't. Because, Bill, what is it about us having fun that they can't handle? It's like, no, Paul. He got cancer. He got cancer.
No.
Like, oh.
No, what I said was, I go, we need to start taking away their hobbies. And you go, no, dude. And just go, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'm going through
For all you people at home, it wasn't smoking related. It was the vaginal related. Dude, do you think if women were getting throat cancer 20 years after blowing somebody that, we wouldn't be hearing about that? Like, how is that not an issue? The fact that they still want us to go down on them, it's like, do you realize you could kill me? I could die in 20 years doing this shit.
How is that? Like, how the fuck? Like, is there a way to not have that happen? Like, what? How are the people getting cancer from doing that?
I think it has to do if they have like HPV or something.
Oh, okay.
You had HPV and you just did like a shot of moonshine. Your throat's all raw, and it gets. I don't know how it happens. I have no idea how it happens, but there's a shocking amount of guys that I know who went downtown. 20 years later, the train came back.
I'm just having a week where I'm starting to see things. I'm just getting upset, dude. I'm getting upset. I texted Bill and I said, men need to make a comeback, dude. Dude, here's the thing. Not in a bad fucking Listen, I have a daughter.
Don't buy it back. They fucking say all kinds of fucked up shit about us. They don't have to have these clarifications. Not saying all guys are bad. They make it look like every athlete out there hits his wife and is out there raping people.
Dude, I'll tell you one. I got one for you. Oh, this has been on my mind.
15% of them.
We have a friend. You and I have a friend in the business. I don't mention names. That's the thing with me. I don't mention names. Okay. But we have a friend in the business. Okay. He's a known comedian. At the time he was dating a woman who's also in the business and known.
Any more details, we're going to figure out how it is, and you're not going to need to name names.
So he says to me, hey, come down to the city. Why don't you come to our place? We got a place for hang out. We'd love to see you. I said, oh, great. So what do? I go to, who am I? I go to, that's an inside joke between me and Bill. Who am I?
I'm Paul Virzi.
I said, I'm going to go to a liquor store and I'm going to get him a nice expensive bottle of grape juice. That's what you do. When you go to somebody's house, you get a nice bottle of red, right? So I'm like, should I get a fucking Barolo? Should I get, I'm going to spend at least $100 on this fucking. I'm literally
doing that after this podcast. I'm going to a buddy's house to watch the game. I'm getting a bottle of wine.
Yeah, you get a nice bottle of red, spend at least $100 on it.
Little fucking 8-ball. You do it up.
So I get there excited. Okay. They open the door. First of all, I think it's going to be just them. There's a bunch of other people around. She comes running up. He says, "Oh, this is my friend Paul." I hand a bottle of red, and literally she just goes, "Ah, how cute," and just goes like, just hands it off like it might as well have been a pack of Starburst. And I'm looking, I'm going, what the fucking $100? It's a fucking $100. The fuck was that? Now I can't say anything. So now I'm sitting, I'm going, what the fuck, dude? I just walked around. I'm asking questions in the wine store. Give me a nice fucking Cabernet Barolo. And he just fucking, it might as well have been, she just threw it like it was like a fucking Halloween candy. Didn't even look at it. That said, it's cute. Dude, if somebody, imagine if it was reversed. Imagine if it was reversed.
Can I ask you a question? Are you good in those situations? Like, I know you drove home and said all the shit that you wish you'd said right then. I mean, you know what I wish that you did? I wish you reached to just grab the back of her head, pushed her like that, grabbed the wine. It's a fucking $100 and you walked out. It's not cute. Grapes lost their lives for this.
You know me. I'm not one to ever do anything in that moment, but I'll harbor it and I'll talk about it, with you or with friends. But that bothered me, man.
Well, that's what I just learned in therapy. I literally just learned that shit. My therapist goes, "You're holding on to all this stuff and it's killing you." I go, "It's killing me?" She goes, "It's killing you." And I was just like, well, I don't want to die. So I got some stuff off the ledger this week and I'm feeling light, Paul. I'm listening to Smokey Robinson. Having a hell of a time.
I mean, you're like...
I used to just let people fucking... Not on stage, so people probably think this is weird. But it's easy when you're on stage because everybody laughs. There's no stakes. And you don't really have to make a point. You'd be like, "What? Hey, go fuck yourself." And they all laugh and you don't carry it, right? I don't know. I don't remember what my fucking point was there. I've just been my whole life. Like people do shit to me and I'm thinking like, what the fuck? And I don't do anything. And then I spend the next 8 years reliving that over and over and over again. Oh yeah. It's cute. I spent $100 fucking in this. You think it's fuck? You know what's fucking cute? How about I take this fucking bottle of wine, I smash it over your fucking head? I would think shit like that. Like, what is wrong with me?
I mean, I didn't take it there. I get it.
Oh, I would have. I would have smashed it and I would have waved it like brandishing a weapon. And I swear to God, if there was some kid balloons there, bam, 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 and then I'm out the door. In my fantasy.
Yeah. Oh, that's
my fantasy. That's what I would do.
And you know what? It was like,
how's that? Is that cute? Is that fucking cute?
Oh, that's great. Look,
hey, you know what? This is your fault. And then I'd walk out.
I love that you're feeling the anger. You know what though? You're more zen. I've known you. We've been friends now 15 years. You've been a friend and a mentor. What'd you do? I've known you. You've been a friend, Bill. Dude, I've known you for 15 years and I don't know any time where I was the one calling you for zen shit. And now that's what it is. You are like this, like you're like that
turtle, Paul. I'm a turtle. Just slowly. It took me 30 years to undo the shit that happened to me in the first 20. It's just, and I finally understand women, at least as far as how to be in a relationship and be happy. I totally get it. Dude, just once a week, all you got to do is go out and do something with them and have a good time and make sure it's something that they want to do. Don't be like, "Hey, they got the new Jordan 17s. I was thinking of taking you to a food court, throwing a couple burgers down your throat and then picking up myself." Don't do that. You got to go do some girly stuff that they like to go to and they're in a great mood.
Yeah,
and then they're happy because Paul, it's all about them. If you've noticed when I talked about being happy in a relationship, none of it was about me because Paul, they are the star of the show.
Listen,
they're the diva wide receiver.
Listen,
give me the damn ball.
You take them out for dinner. You have a nice time. You have a couple glasses of wine. And it's a good time. It buys you 2 weeks. They don't give a fuck. They're coming back again.
You got to do it every week.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
You know what's funny when you said you take them out to dinner? You know what I first thought of? That guy from Beretta. Whatever his fucking name is. Yeah. Beretta, listen, the guy from Mulholland Drive. Robert Blake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he took his woman out for dinner. Got a two-top and went home solo.
Jesus. Jesus.
He bought her a dinner before he did it.
Did he definitely do it? But didn't he get acquitted or no? He got acquitted.
He went to jail for something.
Didn't she? Yeah, he like went up. Did he like get up to the bathroom and then somebody came in or something? Like,
dude, as a woman, you don't go out with a guy with tight t-shirts and a cockatoo on his shoulder. What do you think's gonna happen? If he's dressed like a fucking pirate, I mean, you think he's gonna have respect for you? Don't go to bed with a price on your head. One of the best songs ever. No, don't do it.
Oh shit. No, man, I'm not listening, man. I don't want the ladies listening to think I'm fucking bitter, but you know what? I'll tell you where it stems from.
Well, the second you do a podcast with me, no ladies are listening. Know that. This is a safe space. Go ahead.
I go to get an iced coffee at my place. And
as you do.
Know, as I do all the time. I get a nice coffee, you know, little tiny bit, little splash of almond milk. They fucked that up today.
Hey, Paul, you know, who you hurting? Who you hurting?
Yeah, just this much almond milk. Okay, I don't want a fucking milkshake. A little almond milk, right? You know, you ask for a little almond milk, they fucking dump half the thing. It's like a vanilla milkshake. It's like I just said a little bit of almond milk. So there's a woman in there. I know.
Oh, dude, you're on one. I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, I am. I go in there and there's a woman already there. But I say to her, "Oh, ma'am, are you waiting online?" And she goes, "No, I didn't see anybody yet, but I'm just here to pick up an order that I did online." I go, "No problem." Lady comes out. They start talking. Then I say, "Yes, can I have an iced coffee?" The iced coffee's right behind her. I go, "Can I get an iced coffee? A little bit of almond milk, please?" "Sure." I pay. And then I'm waiting there. Now, normally what happens is they turn around, they take the ice. It's real quick and I'm done and I'm already paid. She just made me wait there and just was doing stuff and then talking to this woman and then another woman. And I'm still waiting there. And I never waited this long, dude. And I came real close. I came real close to like just doing one of these, like, "Hey, did you forget me?" Like, that's how I was just in a bad mood. And I was just like, this is some fucking anti-man shit right now, dude. It's because of how I look. It's because of my beard. You know, it's me. It's me.
I mean, that's how I took it.
Yeah. And it was just like, "Hey man, I fucking paid. Like, just turn around and put the ice in the cup and give me my coffee. I'll be on my way."
Okay. You know? Now I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Paul, what are you threatened by?
Yeah. It's like, nothing. I just want my coffee.
Yeah.
I just want my coffee, you know? Because I'm going to tell you right now, dude, if I had a fucking set of cans on me, I would have gotten the coffee.
That's what you should have yelled. "Hey, what size titties do I need to grow to get a fucking iced coffee in this joint?"
Dude, I was literally.
I mean, I was here before them. You're over there having a fucking Clam Fest 2021. I mean, the ice is melting over here.
I texted you during this. Men need to make a comeback online there.
Yeah,
that's when I hit you. That's when I hit you up, and you go, "Oh, Paul."
I got to be honest with you, Paul. It's kind of like politics. It's kind of like politics. There's a tremendous divide, and there's a tremendous lack of respect on both sides. And you and I are doing nothing to bridge that divide right now.
Listen, man. And
Paul,
you know
what?
I got one more.
Oh.
I got one more for you. More for you, and then I'm letting this go. Okay? And I don't mean to dump this out on you guys. Andrew.
No, get it out, dude. Get it out.
My wife goes to the dentist yesterday.
That exhale was great.
My wife goes to the dentist yesterday, and she had a little swollen gland. And she thought it was a muscle, so they said, "Go, it could be." She's doing this Invisalign. Sometimes the gland, something could happen under here. She goes to the dentist, and the dentist says to my wife yesterday, "You need to go to the emergency room right now. This could be life-threatening." Swear to God. Okay. Now I'm home expecting my wife to say what it is. My wife does not get shaken up by shit like that. If it was me, I would have drove right to the fucking insane asylum. Okay. My wife is like Bill with shit like that. And she's just normally fine. She calls me up a little shaken up. And she goes, they're saying I need to go to the emergency room. And I don't understand. So I go, call our primary doctor. He's great. He's a reputable doctor in Westchester. I said, call him up. She gets an appointment and goes there. And he's looking at it and he goes, why would the dentist tell you that? He goes, not only am I not sending you to the emergency room, and he goes, and I send people to the doctor hospital quicker than most if I'm concerned. He goes, I'm not even taking blood. He goes, just wait. And he goes, I don't know why they would say that to you. So my wife gets home and I go, I'm calling the dentist. I'm reading them the riot act. That's it. I'm calling. They can't get away with it. They can't fucking get away with it. They're not getting away. Not today, not the week I'm having. Okay. Not the week I'm having. And she goes, you can't do that. You can't do that. You just can't. You can't go. Our kids go to the dentist there. So I had to fucking swallow that. So all this shit, starting this podcast, everything, it's just a week that I'm just having a bad week, everybody.
All right, what you need to do is you got to get that out of you. So you could call him up and just say, listen, I just want to let you know that you really scared the hell out of my wife.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of pulled the fucking ripcord before. I mean, I don't know how to say a sentence without saying fuck, but basically just don't, you can't come in there and just you come in guns a-blazing and all of that. You know what it is, Paul? You know what fucking life is? Life is being a fucking good person and then dealing with a bunch of fucking assholes that you can't tell them what fucking assholes they are because of some extraneous bullshit, relations, family, money, international waters, whatever the fuck it is. There's always some stupid reason why you can't call a cunt. And then what happens is good people walk around angry as shit, and then we drop of heart attacks. And then people always go, hey, how come all these nice guys always die young and all these fucking assholes live forever? Because they're doing the shit.
Yeah.
All right? This all makes sense in my head.
No, it does.
I'm the hero, Paul. I'm a nice guy. Doing the right thing.
You are a nice guy. You're a nice guy, and you're a calmer version of yourself right now. Listen, some guys go the other way. Some guys get angrier as they get older.
Oh, they go up the light tower, Paul. They go up the light tower.
Oh, I've seen some bitter old men. That's a fucking ugly sight. Okay, you ever see a fuck?
There's not hating on fucking younger people, teasing them one thing. That ain't music, ha ha ha. But like literally, like just not wanting them to find the joy that eluded you is that's an interesting way to live life. It's not, fortunately, how I'm wired. And you know why? Because I met a lot of old cunts when I was younger. I still remember the guy, the butcher. When I was in college and I was just majoring in communications and I was going to get into radio. And it was just really a way to get on a microphone and perform and not have people looking at me so I could get over mic fright and become a comedian. And I still remember that guy just sitting there slicing the meat going, I don't know. Everybody wants to be the star.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you remember that.
Of course I remember. Because I remember sitting there going, so what should I do? Slice up corned beef with your bloody fucking apron? Look at you. You look like a mass murderer right now. I could fuck up in radio for 25 years and still know how to fucking do this as a bailout.
Yeah, that's a guy that just didn't do what he wanted to do in life, man. That's what that is.
Dude, I can tell you right now, I would love to be a butcher in a really great butcher shop and have the best cuts of fucking meat and hooking people up and telling them, I love my butcher.
Yeah.
That guy was an anomaly. Butchers in general, they're
all right.
I got one. They're good people.
I got one for you. Bill Burr, you're not a comedian. What would be your ideal civilian job? I'll tell you right now, mine, I thought about this long and hard. I might like to do that little fucking, maybe a UPS, like a Fed. I've watched the FedEx guys go mailbox to mail and just fantasize about them listening to music and the thing, going at their own pace. They probably got the sports page. They pull over, they eat a tuna fish sandwich with a snap
Bang
lunch.
lonely women.
What?
Yeah. Bang lonely women along your route. Get them in that little tin can sardine fucking truck of yours. No, I definitely, dude, I think FedEx is that's the white collar job of those. Like UPS is just like, I used to work in a warehouse and they used to go through those guys. Like, and the drivers were actually had seniority, but those people, I remember when I was a kid, you can make $8 an hour. I knew a couple guys that did that. Like one guy was just like, dude, I did that one summer. He goes, I'd go through 3 t-shirts a shift. And he goes, dude, you'd go in there and it was just every size thing possible. Just like giant fucking freezer shit. Then there'd be like a muffler and you'd have to try to jam all this shit in the fucking trucks. And they paid you $8 an hour and they used you like an old race. They just ran you till you were ready for the glue factory. They knew everybody was going to quit. And they sold it. It was a great way to make money over the summer. $8 an hour. So when you went to college in the fall, you'd have some cash, but it was just like all of them. I think if I could have another job, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't want to be a cross-country trucker, but like a FedEx guy.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to have a boss, if I can just not see him, would work really well for me. So I'm out there on the truck. Oh, you called? Yeah. I have a Sprint flip phone, so I'd have an excuse. I do that to be a teacher, but a college level teacher. I think I would like to help and to do it to like whatever class I could teach that would actually teach something about life. You know what I mean? And teach them how to, look out for people that, teach them how to be stronger so they don't go out there like a fucking like prey. You know what I mean? Because you just attract the lions start closing in if you're just coming, what? I'll help you move. But that's who the fuck I was. Right through like the first, so I was like 27. Oh, Paul, you could take me for a fucking ride. I ever tell you the first time I went down first times I came down to New York? I ever tell you how fucking gullible I was?
No.
And how much I had a need to be like and not offend people and how I didn't listen to my inner voice. Dude, I took the train down. Dane was living up on 68th in Amsterdam. And he came down and just fucking annihilated the city. I never saw a guy get in the New York clubs quicker than him. It was one night or one weekend. Barry Katz repped him, took him around the city. Every club he went into just napalmed the place. And everybody else was grinding. He fucking destroyed. So he's like, yeah, come on down. I'll get you up. I'll get you a spot or whatever. But I didn't have the confidence and I wasn't ready. So I ate my dick and then it took me forever, right? So I went down there to go see him. So I stop at the Port Authority and I'm walking out. I might as well have a piece of straw and a cowboy hat. Oh, big city, right? And this dude, right? This black dude comes up to me. He goes, yo, man, you need a taxi? I'm like, well, yes, I do. He's like, follow me. So I start following the guy. And my whole body's going like, this guy doesn't have a uniform. He does not seem connected with this facility. And I'm just following this. My whole inner side is screaming. Inside's just screaming. Don't follow this guy. I follow him and I follow him. We're going down like, it's in between like the garden and whatever. And I'm going down this alley going, I might get killed here. I'm like, well, but I said I'd go with this guy. I don't want to piss him off. Long story short, we get to the front of the garden. Okay? And this Asian dude pulls up in a cab. This is when New York was New York, right?
Yeah.
So the black dude leads me up. The Asian dude fucking pulls up in the cab. And then the guy who led me the cab told me it was like $20. Yeah. And so I'm taking out my wallet. I had all this money because I was traveling. And the guy was jumping up. And the Asian guy's going, no. He's yelling. And the guy takes the 20 and runs away. And then I was just relieved he didn't kill me, right?
Oh.
Dude, I'm 27. This is how fucking new I was to the world. So I put my suitcase in the trunk of the cab, and I get in, and this Asian dude, like, I don't know where he's from, but a heavy accent. He go, what's wrong with you? He go, where you from? I'm like, Massachusetts. He's like, are you new to the city? I love this guy to death because he just told me what was up. He go, you new here? I'm like, yeah, I'm down here to visit a friend. He goes, let me tell you something. Somebody come up to you in this city, you say, get the fuck away. He goes, They keep coming. You say louder. I say, get the fuck away. And then he just kept going, where you from? He just kept.
Shit.
But what I love was, as much as he was yelling at me and how embarrassed I loved the guy because I knew it was coming from, he was a good person. It was coming. He was trying to help me out. He was basically saying, dude, you're going to get killed.
Yeah.
You're going to get fucking killed down here. So, dude, I was so fucking embarrassed. I didn't tell Patrice, Dane, or any, I think years. It had to be tragedy plus time. I was so, because of what it was I was literally going from my parents' house to New York City. I didn't have like, hey, I went away to college and for 4 years, I did this and then I got an off-campus apartment. I didn't. I fucking worked. I put myself through college. I lived at home. I saved up money and I had no real world experience whatsoever. I was a fucking loser, dude. I was 27 still living at home. It was sleeping in the bed that I was in the bed when I was like fucking 12, man. It was a bad scene.
Though, there's something like there, in a weird way, that kind of shows like the person that you are. Like, good people expect good from people, dude, and they don't like to say no. And it reminded me of this thing. My brother is you met my brother Christian. My brother Christian's the best, right. But he's a pleaser. He just wants to make, so one time we're at a restaurant and the waitress was trying to upsell him shit to put on his pasta. It was like a fucking bolognese. Like, it was something that you just don't. And she just sat there and like, she just upsold him. And she's like, would you like, if you want, we could put some grilled chicken on it. And everybody at the table was confused. And Christian just goes like, all right. And then this fucking pasta bowl shows up and it's got sliced up grilled chicken on the top. And I just lean over. I go, dude, what the fuck did you say? She goes, I don't know, man. She just like suggested it. I was like, dude, you are too good of a person. That is fucking hard.
Yeah, comes back looking like that one of those awful frozen pizzas, the Meat Lovers pizza that has like peppers and like 9 different kinds of animals are slaughtered on top of it.
But the point is, my brother is the greatest, such a nice person. Nice people want to like instinctively do that. A piece of shit would go like, the fuck am I going to do with chicken?
There's 2 types of people, nice people and then people who saw toxic relationships. And so that's what happened to me. Like, when I grew up, dude, I grew up in an angry time, man. This isn't like, it's just everywhere I went, there was somebody yelling down at somebody and somebody taking it. That's what you like. That was the only option. You were either the person yelling or the person getting yelled at. That's all I saw growing up, at home, at school, when I got jobs, when we go in town to Boston, there was somebody had their foot on somebody's fucking throat and the other person was going, that was it. That's all there was. So that's where my anger came from, because it was all these big adults doing it to me. And I sort of got this thing in my head that like, an adult can just be like, cause I said so, or do it all, beat the fuck out of you. So you stop thinking you have options. So what, like, dude, up until like fucking, I don't know, like a couple years ago, if somebody suggested something that I didn't want to do, the pilot light would start flaming up in me because I would think that I had to do it. I didn't know that you could just be like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I appreciate the offer. I don't want to do it. Because I knew how to do that, but the only way I knew how to do that was to be like, let me tell you something, you motherfucker. I'm never fucking. That's the only way I knew how to do it.
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to when you could politely go, I appreciate that, but no, I'm just not interested. Like, how long did it take you to do that?
This week. I did it this week, finally. I feel great. No, my therapist, it was well, I am, you have no idea what a mess I am. I am a fucking recovering meathead. Okay? It's why all this shit that I've said, all of this shit, I already know what I'm going to say. When my daughter watches my stand-up specials, I was going to say, you're looking at a man who didn't understand women, who wanted to find love and just didn't know how to do it. And he grew up with a bunch of people that did not look happily married. Yeah, I was a mess. So, you know,
Dude,
but some of the shit I say is true.
I'm waiting for Bill to go. I was around 35 when I really started, because this fucking yesterday.
Well, you have to understand that the reason why my shoulders are fucked up, a lot of the reasons my shoulders, I got the rotator cuff issues, was because of shit I was watching when I was growing up. Like, I was in a defense. I didn't know that my shoulders were up, and kind of like that was like, you know, I was in that position. Then the thing is, if you hold yourself in that position, your brain, it's like your thoughts make your shoulders do that, and then the way you hold your body then feeds it, and it becomes this circle, and you're just walking around like, dude, I was a fucking mess of a human being. I was a mess of a human being, and like, you know, I just, you know, I've just had to slowly. It'd be like, if you looked at me like who I was as a person, it's like walking into a hoarder's house trying to like pick what you're going to fucking throw out first. It's like, where do I even start? Do we get a shovel? Is it a front end loader? Do we just burn the house down?
Dude,
yes.
Dude, if you want to know how your buddy's doing, go to their apartment and just look at how it looks. Dude, it is. I had a friend once, dude, he had laundry. He had laundry that stacked up from the corner of his bedroom almost to the doorknob of his room, dude. He had like water bottles everywhere. He had like fast food wrappers everywhere. And I was just like, dude, you are mentally not. It was just like the guy just didn't have energy to do laundry, but it was fucking comical how many clothes were in his bedroom. Dude.
Do you know the more successful I got, the more I became like a neat freak?
Yes.
Because I became obsessed with completing shit. Because I learned the secret to success is completing something. It's not even the results. It's just getting in the habit of completing. Like, I'm going to write a script, or you know, I'm going to drop 10 pounds. Like, it's just whatever I said I was going to do, I'm going to fucking do it. And it all of a sudden now, dude, like, I can't handle laundry on the floor. I can't handle dishes in the sink. Like, my greatest feeling is to start the day coming downstairs to a clean kitchen. I fucking hate starting today with yesterday's bullshit, because today's bullshit's gonna come. Now I'm working a double shift. I don't want to do that stuff. So you know, that's been like that's been a thing between me and my wife, because my wife's chill. She's like, Bill, we'll fucking wash him tomorrow. It's not that big a deal, you know? And so I'm starting to learn that, like, okay, just because I think it's a big deal doesn't mean it's a big deal. So, but I still think it's a, dude, this is how much, like, this is in me. Like, we didn't have any chicken in the house, and I got a little fridge in the, out in the garage, and I had some frozen chicken in there. And it was one of the ones, Andrew, that you gave me from like Butcher's Box. It was like 6 chicken breasts, and they were connected in like 3 packets. It's like a fucking accordion of frozen chicken, right? So I bring this shit in, and I cut one of the packages off because I'm only going to cook up 2 chicken breasts. And I'm like, all right, I'll stick it in the freezer here. The freezer in the kitchen is 2-packed. Now I can jam it in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, fuck this. And I closed it. I put my shoes back on, walked all the way down to the garage, put it back in where it belonged, closed it, and I came back, and I felt like it's weird. Like, this as stupid as that is, if you start building that habit in you that I am going to complete shit and I'm going to finish shit, then you just apply that to your bigger, crazier things. Like, I want to be a comedian, or I want to have my own business, or whatever. I don't know. I found that can kind of work for me. But dude, I'm telling you right now, man, if I learn how to have boundaries, and I learn how to confront people without calling them fucking cunts, I'm going to be a sweetheart to live with. And I think I'm going to be probably the happiest married guy you're ever going to find. And I used to want to do it right up until my last special, I had a joke about that. Because if I get rid of my temper, what the fuck is she going to bitch about? And now, since I did that, which was March of 2019, I have done enough work that I'm like, no, I'm going to do that. And then we're going to be happy. As opposed to having that East Coast, huh? And then what the fuck are you going to say? Because that was my whole thing about rooting for Tom Brady in Tampa. Good.
Yeah.
Win one with Bruce Arians down there. Then what the fuck are they going to say? You know what? People still said shit.
He's the only.
That cornerback was He said a word to me that I can't repeat. Yeah, you're trying to take somebody's head off. What do you call you, a fucking asshole?
I actually went as far as to say Tom Brady being the greatest of all time is the only sports argument that can't be disputed. You can dispute Jordan. You can dispute Emmitt Smith, running back. You can dispute Jerry Rice is a close one, but you cannot dispute Tom Brady going to the Super Bowl 10 times, winning it 7, leaving his team that they said he could never do it without, getting a new coach they said he could never do it without, going there year 1 and doing it, dude. It's the most undisputed. It's the most undisputed.
If you watch Tampa earlier in this season, they were a mess. And the turning point, I think, was Brady snapped at his offensive line. Whatever game I was watching,
I saw that game.
End of October, beginning November. He fucking went off. I'm talking that shit where your head's like doing that shit, screaming at them. And this is the thing. If you got no rings, they're like, fuck you, old man. He's got 6 rings. It's just like, all right. He's got a supermodel wife living in Derek Jeter's house. Okay. I think I'm going to listen to this guy.
That was week 5 or 6. I remember seeing that. And, they nationally televised more Bucks games this year purposely, but I watched a lot of them. And I also had Mike Evans in my fantasy. So when you have that, and I had Brady. So I had Brady and Evans in my fantasy, and I was watching more, and I saw like they were like go up and down, and I saw him lose it. How
about Gronk? All that blocking he did for Fournette and Ronald Jones. What's his face said it before the game. He's saying he's one of the best run blocking tight ends of all time. That's how you talk about a guy who just kept elevating his game. Because in the beginning, I mean, he's still a young guy. At least he is to me. When they were using it as an offensive weapon, he didn't. At least nobody noticed. He didn't really have that, or they didn't use him too much to do that. But as people, were taking out his knees and shit, and he became less of a guy you threw to. He became just as good as he was catching the ball at blocking, and that was just such like one of those things that I love about football. Those like, dude, how about all of the cast of characters in that game? Okay, Jason Pierre-Paul, who was there when the Giants beat the Patriots the second time. When I got nervous about the Chiefs' defensive coordinator, was your guy's defensive coordinator when you beat the undefeated Patriots. And I was going like, wow, man, there's all of these. Like, if you really want to nerd out on football, is if you start getting into coaching trees and you really go deep, like beyond the guys that became like superstar. Like, okay, Bill Walsh was under Paul Brown, and I also think Don Coryell was there. Then you had the West Coast offense was developed there, and you just start looking at, but you're looking at superstars. But I'm talking about when you go to those guys that only other coaches know. You know what I mean? And you start seeing like the soap opera within the game is just incredible. And I it's been something, dude. And you got me also. Another thing I wanted to talk was last night my Celtics played Utah. And, dude, I got to tell you something, man. They said that these guys could shoot 3-pointers. The game starts. Jaylen Brown hits 3 3-pointers in a row for the Celtics. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go. Here we go. I love Jaylen Brown. Oh, you guys shoot 3-pointers? Watch this. Starts the game, dude. Utah didn't even blink. Dude, I'm telling you, they were playing unreal, and they were basically ahead like 8 to 10 points the whole game, it seemed. And then we started closing in. And by the way, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the best 1-2 scoring combination since Bird and McHale. I'm telling you, when LeBron decides to retire, when every douchebag in the league doesn't want to go play with them with the fucking Lakers, I think that they're going to get a shot.
Well, they need to.
But dude, Utah, dude, with like 4 minutes left in that game, Paul, you should, if you can find a clip of it, everybody on the team just started hitting fucking threes. This dude I wrote his name, Jordan Clarkson. Is that his name?
Oh, yeah, maybe,
Tattooed. Dude, this fucking guy, he hit one, he got hit, got fouled, fell into that bench and he hit it. And then this other dude, Donovan Mitchell.
No, Donovan Mitchell's a man, dude.
Donovan, dude, he took the whole fucking game over. So I was looking him up and I saw that Shaq kind of shit on him, saying like, yeah, Shaq. He goes, Shaq. Is this Donovan? He's like, yes, sir, it is. And he goes, I don't think you have what it takes to get to the next level. What do you say about that? He's just like, all right, thanks. And now he's playing, like, he was already playing great, and now Shaq was taking credit. And he goes like, my whole career, I've been a leader. I've been a motivator. And I'm just trying to think how that voice motivates you. Listen, I don't think I've ever been this upset before.
Well, dude, I got to tell you.
Second half, if you guys don't get your heads out of your ass. It's like, what do you mean? If you were a leader, wouldn't you have stayed in Orlando?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I think the NBA is the athletes are incredible, but it is such a bad product where like it's like I don't want to watch the football team beat up the math team.
Right.
Like I watch sports for competition and just watching like what the Lakers started all those years ago with Kobe, Shaq, Phil Jackson, and all of that. It was like the Red Sox and Yankees in the early 2000s. That was terrible for baseball. I just wish that these guys, because I've been watching a lot of the Pelicans. And you know what's funny? Anytime I turn a Pelicans game on, the middle of the game, Zion Williamson is always getting his third foul, shaking his head, going like, what the fuck, and having to go to the bench. It's happened like 3 times. And I saw one guy kind of like manhandle him a little bit and rip the ball out. Like I think they're trying to show like, okay, man, you were a man child in college, but these are the pros. So it's been fun watching him have to deal with that. And that other dude with the overbearing dad there used to be the Laker, man, Lonzo Ball.
His brother's just crushing it.
He's killing it.
No, he passes first. He wants to pass first. But I'm going to tell you, the Celtics with your fucking 4th grade looking coach, they need to fucking win soon. Because I'm getting tired of that guy being called a genius and only getting to a certain. They need to get back. Wait. Where did he go to the finals? He went to the finals, right?
Hey, he gets an unbelievable amount out of the guys that we have, and like that is classic New York and Boston media to act like he's the fucking problem.
No, okay? He's not the problem.
Like, how do we know that Kyrie Irving was going to be Kyrie Irving? Everybody knows it now. Everybody knows it now. It's like you get in a relationship with a stripper. You don't know what she's going to do, right? But I like how he came back and he burned the sage in there like we were the problem. It's like, dude, we embraced you. We needed you. We wanted you. What the fuck happened? But I relate to that guy.
How about Carmelo Anthony passing Oscar Robinson for 12th all time? Dude, here's the thing.
How about Carmelo Anthony for still being in the league? I thought he couldn't get a ride anywhere.
No, Portland. He found a home at Portland, and he's just like, he accepted his role coming off the bench. But dude, say what you want about that guy, man. Off the dribble, that guy can score, and he can get to the hole, man, and score, and he's got a good shot. He just, I think he always needed the other guy. I think teams thought he was the guy. Because if you remember,
when you watch hoop and the superstar comes in and all of a sudden the ball doesn't move as good, the flow slows down. Yeah, because it's like the diva's in the game. Like you can't have that. You can't have like that guy, like like forever, like the point guard who wants to be the shooting guard.
You just reminded me of something when you said like when we were talking about like having a clean house because it's mentally good. Just imagine losing a game. You come home, your house is a fucking mess. The guy hit like 5 threes on your face. You just come home and you just fucking, you're like, it's funny. Me and Stacy have this thing where Stacy and I have a rule. If she goes away for work or I go away for work, whenever we come home, the house is like in pristine shape.
That's a great fucking rule.
It is amazing to go to the airport, deal with all the shit you dealt with the traveling. My car's at fucking LaGuardia, JFK. I come home and I walk in and like the house is just pristine. It's a game changer, dude. I just pictured Carmelo Anthony just having a bad day. Fucking shit all over his house. Can a guy come home? Wait, what was
How many threes do I gotta hit? Why don't you turn the burner up a little bit more? Get more splatter all over the stove. That drives me up the wall. It's not that you get splatter all over the place. It's that you walk away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a scrambled egg fucking crime scene here.
Oh, dude, that's when I make scrambled eggs. Oh, by the way, I bought these
my wife uses the stove. There should be fucking police tape around it afterwards.
Dude,
you got to splatter, grease, shit all over the place.
Dude, my frying pan game is on another fucking level. I got the real expensive non-stick. You can literally cook anything in it and take and just go like this and it's brand new again. It is a fucking game
I got to
changer.
get that shit because I keep getting the ones that even with the plastic spatula, you go like that, it starts flaking up. And then I guess that's really cancerous. Like, I don't know what you got to do.
What do you mean flaking up cancerous? What?
Oh boy. Paul, if you have like, if your frying pan looks like it has alopecia, you know what I mean? Like it has like patches where the non-stick came off.
Oh yeah.
That's getting in your omelet on some level, I guess. I don't know. They say. Who knows, Paul? Whatever.
No.
The amount of cigars I smoke, you think I give a fuck about a frying pan?
Dude, I went into this place and the guy goes, "Hey man, this is for real." He goes, "Yeah, it's true." He goes, "This is a real expensive place. You're gonna pay real top dollar for the best frying pan." I go, "Listen, dude, I cook eggs. I don't give a fuck what it costs. Okay, I'll buy everybody a fucking frying pan. You think I give a fuck?" No, dude, those non-stick, really good ones, spend. Anybody listening to this, if it's an extra 100, spend because it's actually the eggs are better. It cooks the eggs better. It cooks anything on it better.
Do you know what that reminded me of, what you just said? One of my favorite underrated scenes of all time, in The Wire, when Snoop goes into a hardware store to buy like a chainsaw, some sort of power tool, because I think she's getting rid of a body. And the guy's looking at her like, what the fuck? And she tips him more money. And she's like, no, I don't want it. She's, no, man, you earned that bump or something like that. It was just fucking, it was one of the, just to start the episode. I have to go back and watch that show because that show is just like, it's a fucking masterpiece. I still think that's the greatest show. You can't say of all time because there's groundbreaking stuff. I would just say of the last 30 years, I'm trying to think of a show, The Wire, just how the way that they hit that, you know?
Yeah, dude, I'm, people are going to fucking think I'm nuts for this. As much as I like The Sopranos, I was as disappointed. I know this is going to be, people are going to freak out. I don't give a fuck. I'm just being honest.
Went off the air 20 years ago, Paul. You got it. Go ahead. What
listen,
do you got?
You know what? I'm Sicilian and I'm in a tracksuit right now, so they could go fuck themselves. Okay. As many episodes as I liked of The Sopranos, I was that fucking disappointed in some episodes. I remember ordering meatball parm sandwiches. We ordered like 5 pies, and I literally had like 9, 10 people over to watch an episode. And it was about like the asbestos thing. And they were like, okay. And I was just like, and it was like, I don't know. Not that I'm dumb. Oh, I want somebody dead every episode.
I know, but that was a big thing. Everybody said, dude, somebody's got to get fucking whacked because this show's getting lame. I remember that.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I think what they were trying to show was how mundane their everyday lives could be, just like a normal person. And then all of a sudden, I mean, the scene where they, the one where when Adriana, what happens to her? Because you can't say anything 20 years later. Spoiler alert. The way what happens to her character. I mean, that was just that scene,
yeah,
it never left me. That scene just made me that was one of the greatest ways of showing
Like
how
the
cold-hearted and just crawling away like a fucking dog.
the way the camera was panning to the woods and then her face, and she's kind of like all of a sudden putting it together, and he's just looking at her. That was
She knew
cold.
the whole time. She went on that fantasy thing. Dude, it was it just fucking
But I'll tell you
brutal.
one that was worse than that. The one that still gets me to this day. I know a lot of people that can't watch it. Is what do you think I'm going to say? Which one?
Casino.
Yes.
The cornfield scene. I've only watched that movie like I shut it off when it gets to that.
Dude, when he goes,
He's still breathing and he's crying
breathing,
like
he's
fuck
still
that.
breathing, Frankie. And then he's going, "Oh, Dominic, dude, that was like just the way they were brother. Dude, that was like really, dude. Scorsese went fucking in on that one, man. Buried him alive and shit. That was fucking. I love when he's sitting on the stairs and he goes, "I really fucked up, Frankie." Pesci, dude, Pesci is.
He had it all. And then we fucked it up. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, the amount of people you can apply that to. We're coming to the end here, Paul. This is the fastest hour of the week. Talking to Paul Virzi, the man who knows how to live.
Oh, dude. You know what?
This was our face-off episode. I became you and you became me.
Yeah, this one, guys, I apologize. The background will be better. My computer's still on the fritz. I'm taking it to Apple. It's part of my week. It's just a bad week. What could you do? Congratulations on your Super Bowl win. Don't get used to it. The kid's coming back. Okay.
Oh, I understand, dude. I understand. Bruins got the Rangers tonight. Excited about that. We're playing them back to back, and people sleeping on the NHL. This is one of the most amazing years ever because of COVID. They got everybody quarantined. So the Canadian teams are only playing the Canadian teams. Paul, you got to watch it. It's every game up there is like a fucking playoff. It's like it's their own personal professional hockey league. It is insane. Like
that's awesome.
The Canadians Maple Leafs rivalry is going through the roof. And dude, like Calgary and Edmonton and Vancouver, they already hated each other. For years, they already hated each other because a lot of them now, like it's almost like the Bruins and the Sabres got dragged into the old Patrick's division, where it's the Islanders, Rangers, Penguins, Flyers, and Capitals. I think we're all kind of slammed in with them. It's just been, and so far, dude, we've owned the Flyers. We haven't lost to the Flyers yet. Worst we've done is gone to overtime. Won in overtime. They still got a point, but
we'll be doing betting. We'll be doing betting. We're going to bet on March Madness for all the people that get a kick out of me and you throwing lettuce back and forth at each other. We got the March Madness. We're going to have NBA playoffs.
I don't know shit about the college hoop. I got to get into it. My team is Kansas. I've liked them back since Danny Manning. I just always liked them, and then I like Temple because of Mark Macon way back in the day. I got weird ones. I got weird ones like I don't know, Villanova, Georgetown. Those are great ones. You know, I don't know. It's insane. I got to get running here, dude. I got some wine and cigars I got to go buy to go watch this game.
Well, before we get out of here, I just want to say
for myself because I'm a fucking sober.
Because my hard week, this hard week that I had, I just want to say thanks for being there, Bill. Yes. All right, guys, this has been episode 4 of Anything Better. Don't worry, next week my setup will be better. It's been a nightmare week. We're coming back.
Oh, dude, do we have a is there anything better? And I had a great one and I fucking forget it. We do one every week.
Yeah, is there anything better than having a computer that works? But apparently I don't right now. Don't worry, though. I'm coming back next year.
I've got one for you. Is there anything? Why was I just like this? I got one for you. Is there anything better than learning the skills to call somebody a cunt without ever having to say the word?
Oof, that's a good one.
Dude, it makes you light.
This t-shirt right now. Billy's floating. All right, guys, this has been episode 4. Check out the other podcasts, of course, Bill's Monday Morning Podcast, Virzi Effect, Andrew Themeles, the great producer who does it all. Thank you guys so much. And March 24th, check me at the Orlando Improv. March 25th, check me at the West Palm Improv. Till next week, we are out of here.
Oh, and I'm doing a benefit over Zoom for this kid AJ Ketta, I believe is how you say his last name. He got hurt real bad playing hockey, NHL's raising a bunch of money for him, and I'm going to do my little part. I will have the information on my Monday morning podcast, which is what, Andrew? February. What is that going to be? Oh, Jesus, I just slowed it down. Bum, 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 bum.
15th.
February 15th. I'll have all the information. All right. Thank you so much. This has been another episode of Anything Better. We'll see you next week.